But what I will say is the Yankees, Parker, as I think we both agree, will not be the only kid in the sandbox this year because the Red
Nope.
Sox are making their presence known, and that has to make you feel like $1 million.
I have been waiting so long to get this excited for my Red Sox. I have been waiting since 2019, truly, for my Red Sox to feel as relevant as they do right now. And I know, like, I could go crazy right now. I could seriously just go off on a tangent and talk about my Red Sox for the next hour. But one thing I just want to say, it is so nice to be able to say, I am confident that my team can compete this year. Every single baseball fan in the world tends to convince themselves every year that there's an outside shot their team wins the pennant. Every single baseball fan does it in the spring. If you don't, congratulations on being way more realistic than most of us. But to actually feel vindicated in that feeling, to feel like this team has a place to go this season, has places to be, games to win, is so nice. And also to be doing it in a way that sort of promises that it could be better down the road is super cool. With the prospects that are coming up through the system, 3 of them in the top 5 in all of Major League, or 2 of them in the top 5 all Major League Baseball, it is just, it's very refreshing. It's very refreshing. Now, as far as additions go, I think everybody knows the big one, Garrett Crochet. He already looks insanely good in spring. He went out and pitched 1 2/3. Yeah, I think he did 1 2/3 in his first spring start. He struck out 4 in 5 batters faced.
I love that man. I love that man. I'm so happy for you that he's there because I would never have given him up.
We're going to take care of him. Don't you worry, man. We're going to take care of him. We love him out here already. And then the Bregman edition. Okay, this is not straight from me. I don't have sources with the team or anything, but listening to people adjacent to the Red Sox organization that have gone on social media recently and put out podcasts and stuff like that, the whole third base drama is such a nothing burger, according to every single player in that organization. And it's kind of like what I said in episode 2 or 2 ago when we first talked about this issue. Yeah, if I was Rafael Devers, right now it's a position battle. Yeah, I'm going to be as amped up as possible. But at the end of the day, he knows who signs his checks. He knows what he signed up to do when he signed his extension. And I truly believe that Rafael Devers will do what is best for the team. And a good point that I heard Lou Merloni, former Red Sox infielder, now currently he's like a radio and TV broadcaster for the team. He brought up, people bring up Rafael Devers, and I'm one of them. People bring up Rafael Devers' errors. He made 12 errors last year. Well, Bregman won the Gold Glove. He made 10. So what are we doing?
That's a really good point. That's a good poll. That's a really good poll.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I think all of this is just going to mellow out, and it seems like the team is gelling, and there's veteran leadership in the clubhouse for the first time in a while, and I'm excited. I couldn't be more high on my Red Sox, and I can't wait to hear this song 93 times this year.
93. 93.
Yes.
Really? All right, let's talk about the 93 for a second here.
Okay.
I'm not going to disagree with you. Is that no? It could that happen? Of course, it could. Mm-hmm. Everything goes right. This rotation is living up to its potential. 100%, it could. Mm-hmm. If I'm not even going to say if I'm a Red Sox fan because that's an illogical statement. If, as just an outside observer, this team cannot, bare minimum, they cannot be 500. They must be over 500 at minimum. If they have a 500 season or less this year, and that also could happen. Let's just be realistic. That could happen. I don't want it to. You certainly don't want it to, but they need to be better than 500 this year.
I only see that happening if the bullpen doesn't pan out. Look, I'm knocking on wood, okay? Like, the injury bug is very real and can ruin a lot of seasons. But the rotation's very deep. The positions are very deep. There's several options at every position except first base. And the only thing really is if the bullpen blows up, and last year the bullpen was bad. They were good in the first half of the season, and in the second half, that's what happens when your bullpen's good in the first half. They get hurt, they get tired, and they drag in the second half of the season. And that's exactly what happened to the Red Sox. I could see that happening again. If you can't close games out after the seventh inning, you will lose almost as many, if not more, baseball games than you win. So, yeah, I think you have a point. It could all crash and burn, and there is a weakness. I won't say it's glaring. I think the bullpen is a side grade from last season. You add a role to Chapman, who if you look at I think he's due for a good season. He kind of alternates. Liam Hendricks looked electric in his first appearance of the spring. Justin Slayton, I think, is poised for a breakout year. Garrett Whitlock is coming off of injury, but he's finally solidified. I am a bullpen arm. I am not going to try to start baseball games.
Right.
I think there's a lot to be excited about, but you are absolutely right when you say that this could the wheels could just fall off.
I think one thing that gives me hope is for it not to fall off is that rotation. I mean, we talked about the Yankees having a top 5 rotation. I'm not willing to say the Red Sox do, but they could perform like a top 5 rotation. Crochet, Houck, Buehler, Giolito, Bello. That's a lot of good arms. That's the best rotation they've had in a handful of years.
Very long time. Best rotation in a long time. I think this is not a rotation that you're ready to say this is a top 5 rotation in baseball now. But if they finished a top 5 rotation in baseball at the end of the season, you'd be like, yeah, that was in the cards.
That's right. That's 100% right.
There are question marks. Tanner Houck probably, hopefully Tanner Houck makes another All-Star team and has another incredible year. Yeah, sure. Hopefully, I have a lot of faith in Garrett Crochet. I think he's going to do well. Walker Buehler's coming off a second Tommy John.
That's hard. That's rough.
There's only one pitcher who's had a ton of success after a second Tommy John, and he did it for the Red Sox, and his name was Nathan Eovaldi, and he's currently a Texas Ranger.
That's hard stuff, man. That the odds are just not in his favor. Though,
no,
I'm a Walker Buehler guy, though. I just believe in his stuff, and it made me feel better seeing what he did in the World Series. I'm a little more confident.
Since he pitched against the Red Sox in the 2018 World Series, I've been I love this guy. He's an electric factory.
Oh, yeah.
Big fan of him.